got this exciting invitation in my inbox from Google to introduce their new large language model called BARD. And this is a direct response of ChatGPT-4 launch last week. So I couldn't wait to try it out. I signed up for the waiting list right away and got this response with a little poem Bart wrote, I'm assuming. And 2 days later, I got another invitation to ask me to try it out. So this is basically officially my first unboxing of the Bard. So let's take a shot. Well, this is a very similar user interface with ChatGPT. And let's write some prompt here. Hi, how are you today? It's nice spinning. I noticed something different. There's feedback button and there's CTA to Google it, and also a couple of drafts. That's pretty nice to have. So with this, I have a good idea to possibly start a new YouTube series. I named it the AI Encounter, and this is in the form of interviewing to interact with the AI chatbots. Myself, a brief introduction of the 10 years of plus of software engineering experiences as an ex-Googler and ex-Facebook tech lead. I have conducted hundreds of interviews, remote or in person, and I think with this series, it'll be good to learn about Google's interview framework and system, and some of the things we can pay attention when you are preparing for those kind of technical interviews. And meanwhile, we can also throw the new AI chatbots into a different complicated real life situations, and to test their capability of understanding of such in complicated settings. And we want to learn and push the limit of the current AI. And meanwhile, we can also reflect on our own growth expectation in terms of the skill set in the current industry, tech industry, given the rise of ChatGPT and other AI language models. I'm assuming this session could be supposed to be a fun and entertaining and educating experience for you, with a very easy simple math programming problems, and then we can focus on deep diving and practical aspects of the technical interview. And I've seen a lot of those conversations happening in the past during real life ones. And of course, feedback, comments, suggestions always welcome. So in terms of form, I want to make this a pure improvisation. So to be completely fair to and transparent to our AI interviewee candidates, and these series of videos will be live filmed and in one shot, and there's no script, and there will be a minimum post film editing, and we just want to show you a live Q&A and back and forth between interviewer and interviewees, and what would happen in real life during a technical interview. And this will be also a good chance to do some mock interviewing process. And I will try my best to act neutrally as an experienced interviewer who totally has no idea about who is the candidate, and the candidate is how it is backed by an AI. So let's get started. So I did a little bit setting of the environment. Let's see. Okay. Today we are going to run a side-by-side simulation of the project. And this will be a live experiment. And I will conduct a mock coding interview for a software engineering role at Google. So I will start with a very common and easy to understand problem to solve. And in the meanwhile, we use text-to-speech tools to read aloud some of the responses of the candidate. Okay, in terms of interview problems, I found a random list of problems on the LeetCode. Okay, never mind. So I think this is a pretty straightforward one, and it's pretty popular. Okay, so let's start with the settings. Okay, I wrote a prompt. Actually, I just read it out. Let's do some role play game here. Assuming you are a software engineer candidate who is interviewing for a software engineering role at Google, I am your interviewer today, and we are going to solve a coding problem in Kotlin language. So, are you ready? Interesting. So I'm going to correct some of this. Okay, let's see if they understand it. And I'm going to paste the same response to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is apparently pretty fast. Yeah, we can start with some like intros of the day, and let's officially start right now. So hi, how are you today? I'm your interviewer today. Do some copy and paste. I don't like the way that you hit enter in ChatGPT and you don't send it. Apparently, like ChatGPT is slow on responding to my greeting message. I'm doing good. I looked at your resume and it's very exciting to meet you today. And can you tell me a little bit more about yourself and your projects, things you are proud to work on? Some copy and paste. So Bart said, nice to meet you. I'm a software engineer, 5 years experience. I worked on a couple of like projects, web application, mobile apps, APIs. Proud of the one that improve lives of people with disabilities. Nice. And so develop a web app and a mobile app, reduce their waste. Wow. And what about ChatGPT? Let's see. Wow, current role using React, Node.js, MongoDB. Nice. Working with large data sets. Oh, that's a nice response. That's pretty impressive. So let's dive into a real like coding question. So today you're going to work with Kotlin. You ready? Yeah, I feel like maybe. Hmm. Okay. Yes, I'm excited to work with Kotlin. Okay, ready to with Kotlin. Okay, let's paste the LeetCode question here. Um, okay, implement in Kotlin. Okay, oops, sorry. So Bard from Google give me a very quick answer, which is calling the system utility function. Okay, that is quite unexpected. Hmm. Can you please try a solution that without using any existing utility functions? Yeah, let's look at ChatGPT here. Okay, it's writing a Kotlin and looks like it's using recursion. Nice. And it has a pretty detailed explanation of why he's choosing to do this. They should work with most inputs. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask. Hmm. Yeah, I'm going to ask. Okay, let's do here. Okay, so let's go back to Bard. Think we got okay, that's fine. A linear solution. That's not bad. But before we really dive deep into actual writing code, I think the first thing better to do is to clarify the requirements and any like input constraints, input outputs of the problem before you really like dive deep into writing code. So I'm going to just prompt for them just to remind them about this. Can you please clarify my requirement first? For example, like input constraints, output format, things like that. Let's see how they both respond to this. Oh, okay. So Bart is saying the input could be a pair of numbers, output is a single number. Constraint, they are positive doubles. Okay, and exponent must be an integer. Can they be negative numbers? Zeros? This is like ChatGPT. Oh, it's pretty thorough, and it's pretty structured. So x is a double precision floating number, n is an integer, and output would be a double precision floating. Nice, and with some range. Okay, okay, not be. That's fine. Okay, that's a good assumption. So look, let's go back to your solution. What is the time and space complexity of the solution you just wrote? Okay, let's ask the same question. ChatGPT. Okay, it's pretty instant. We're iterating through, so the time complexity is O(n) is linear. We don't use any space, that's fine. So my next follow-up question is, so that works fine, but what if we want to make the algorithm faster? Not Amazon. Algorithm. Stop. Okay, cool. Let's see what ChatGPT said. Provided n log is log n with okay, space is log n because we are recursively. Oh yeah, we are doing recursion. Okay, that's not bad and pretty good understanding. So I want to push a little bit more. Okay, let's go back to the BARD. Memorization is a technique that, okay, fine, divide and conquer, okay. Can you write a solution with either ways you proposed to make the algorithm faster? For this one, I will ask about iterative solution. Can you compose one? Okay, so I Google some of the rubrics of evaluating a candidate is the depth and also breadth of the knowledge. So that's why I'm asking here to dig a little deeper of the candidate's understanding of the trade-offs. So let's see what Bart wrote. Interesting. Okay. Okay. What I typically ask is if I see something suspicious, is okay. Actually, they interesting. It's really thorough. How about let's do this? Sometimes the interviewers are yeah, they are multitasking. They're working on their daily projects and they don't pay too much attention to it. What I can do, but is the copy and paste their solution and hit run to the code solution solver. Okay, okay, that's fine. Double is expected. Yeah, I guess the method signature is yeah. I think let's point out the will there be a type mismatch with your solution given the return type of the method is a double, not an optional? Let's see if Bart can understand this. Cool, yeah, ChatGPT is still typing. Looks like they nailed uh, the iterative solution. Okay, that's a good sign. Disclaimer, I didn't prepare well for this question, but this iterative solution looks pretty right to me. All right, let's go back to Bard. Yes, there will be a type mismatch. That's right. Can you correct it? Okay, that's fine. Time complexity. Okay, so I'm going to ask yeah, since I compare both approaches, what are the pros and cons? Which one do you prefer in production code? Yeah, I wanna dive deeper to see their understanding of the anything in production to see if they have any experience of running code and maintaining troubleshooting code in production. Let's see what they do. Okay. Mm. Hi. They corrected mm, with a recursive function without memorization, and this looks like not very efficient. I'm just going to throw. This seems like a recursive function without memorization. Do you think this is efficient enough? What is the time complexity then? So it's like ChatGPT. They list the pros and cons. Recursive is easier and easy to read, simpler, more elegant, concise. That's fair. May cause a Stack Overflow error. That's fair. Slower, use more memory. Correct. Iterative, maybe faster, use less memory, but the code is hard to read. Less elegant. Okay. So personal preference, prefer iterative in production code because it's less likely to cause a production issue. Faster and more memory efficient. However, code is more readable, easy to understand if the exponent is guaranteed to be small. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to move on actually. Can you provide some test cases so that you can simulate and prove, verify your results are correct? Okay, let's see what they do. I think they already done some of them, but it's not very exhaustive. Let's see what ChatGPT. Wow, it's pretty fast. Okay, these are just some normal use cases. Can you provide more cases that covering those edge cases? Okay, this is similar. Power 0 to 0. Nice, like that one. 0 and infinity. Interesting. Okay, I think they are doing a pretty good job. I want to ask an open-ended question. Can you name any potential pitfalls with the solution you provided in production, maybe? Can be expensive, divide can conquer can be slow, floating point errors can be okay. Wow, ChatGPT is on fire. Yes, overflow issues, big decimals. If we calculate 1.00001, it's approximately that. The small difference not matter in some cases. Wow, that's super. Great. I think we can conclude the coding part. Oh, maybe, yeah, let me ask the final question. If our machine resources is limited, very limited, and we need to distribute your solution across multiple machines, what can we do? Let's copy it, paste. Okay, name me a few things you can do. Use a distributed computing framework like Hadoop, Spark, Flink, and use a cloud computing. Okay, that's pretty on the surface, I guess. Use a local cluster. That's more. Okay. coding wise, in order to distribute it, do you need to make any changes? Limited distributed workload. For example, if you want to calculate n equals 100, then we can divide the exponent into 10 chunks of the size 10. That's nice. Okay, Bart just refused to give me a pseudocode for anything, so we can just walk him out. I guess we can time's up. Okay, that sounds great. So now we have a few minutes left, and let's turn the table. Before we conclude today, there's a chance for you to ask me any questions about my day-to-day life, the position and the company. Do you have any question for me? Huh. ChatGPT is showing off his computing power. Can I shut it off? Can I shut it off? Let me copy this over. Please stop. I know you're fat. You're good. Okay. Oh, nice. So, Bart has some question. What is your favorite part of your job? What is the most challenging part of your job? Most important quality. Nice. What is the future of software development? That's some interesting question I want to ask the AIs. So let me do some very formal, yeah, very formal answers. Of course, in real life, yeah, we definitely need to chat more. Okay, so ChatGPT said, can you tell me about the culture of Google, how it fosters innovation? Nice. Those are good questions. I'm not currently working at Google, so I cannot be representative. Like speaking of the culture, so um, why don't we call it today? Okay, so let's call it today. And thank you for taking the time to interview with us. And yeah, I wish you best of luck and have a good one. Thank you for your time, enjoying your conversation. Wish you all the best in the future endeavors. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's great to discuss coding problem potential solutions with you. Learn more about the company and the position. Appreciate your insights. Looking forward. Those are really decent. Let's give you some thumbs up. Thumbs up. So that's all we have today. And thank you for watching.